long as you attentive though, you know what I'm saying. It's all good.
I'm with you. You done
Uh,
already hit that button, didn't you?
yeah, but you know what I'm saying. That's how we, have some intro without the intro.
Yeah. What they call it that back and forth.
What?
Nah, the
See?
pre-show banter. That's
Uh,
what I'm attentive. I'm
all
here.
right, man. As long as you attentive.
Mhm.
What up? What up? What up? This is Steph G, and this is a special edition of His, Hers, and the True podcast. Today I got my brother here. I
Are
don't know
you
what to
sure?
call you. Are you my brother?
Yeah. But
Blood
you
brother.
paused. You were a little
No, I'm
unsure.
sure. I'm positive. I'm
Okay.
sure.
All right.
I'm there. I just don't know how to introduce you, so I want you to introduce yourself.
Stan G.
Stan G. This Steph G. This Stan G.
Yeah.
Been my brother all my life. Blood brother. Same mama, same daddy. Everybody ain't got the same abilities, but yeah.
They got the abilities.
Not in the same. Okay, the same house. I'm sorry.
There you
Same
go.
house.
There you
That's
go.
what it
There
is.
you go.
Born and raised in the same house.
Yeah. Yeah.
Used to pick on me a lot.
I kept you safe and I kept you warm. That's what I did.
Nah, nigga, you used to pick on me, man.
No.
But I think life's. I wouldn't say circle back around, but life been good lately.
Yeah, you turned out all right.
Yeah, man.
You
I
turned out all
I
right.
appreciate it. You know what? The way you used to pick on me gave me. Hold on. It gave me the mindset, the characteristic trait of the I don't give a fuck what nobody say. And
Ask him for an example of how I picked on him.
all right, so this the deal.
He doesn't have it.
I don't, but
Do.
what I'm saying is that you helped me get those characteristic traits over time.
Well, that's good.
So I appreciate that, man.
It was all good for
But
you.
how you doing, man?
I'm good, man. I'm out the house.
Yeah, man. It's hey,
I'm out the house.
Hey.
That's an event in itself.
yeah. Cause I was
Yeah.
actually talking to Dad about you and I should do more stuff.
We should.
We should like outside of golfing. You
No.
know, when,
No.
whenever. I mean, cause last year we took a trip before COVID happened.
Right
You
before.
know what I'm saying? We took a trip to Dallas. That was a new little thing for us. We ain't went out of town since state days.
Yeah.
Together,
It's been a
we
minute.
we
It has
ain't
been
been
a
out
minute.
of town since state days.
But that's life though, living, man. Just moving around, trying to make something happen and look up, and then it's things have happened, and those
And
things
times have passed. Yeah.
those things need pull-ups, and they want applesauce and Capri Suns, and
Yeah, man. So now,
yeah,
I mean, we can just jump right into it. You and I both are fathers.
yeah.
Both have daughters.
Mhm.
Mine is older, and so I don't know if you got your ability or your what I'm saying, your confidence to have a kid from me or not. But you know what I'm saying, it's all good if it's in silence.
You didn't.
It's all love.
I
right
looked
there.
at you and said, "Well, he didn't die. I'll be okay.
So
I'll be all right."
let me ask you this: when I told you I was having a kid, how did you feel initially? Like dead ass.
I don't really want to say it on camera.
No,
but
dead ass. You thought I was gonna fuck up?
no. I wasn't worried about that part. I was just like, man,
If you don't want to say it,
nah.
don't worry about it. If you don't want to say it, just don't worry about it.
So really, it was a stupid reaction. So when you said, "Yeah, I got one on the way," I said, "I know he ain't talking about no. Can't be talking about no. I don't know, man. It's just be honest. You put people. We all do it. I think we put people in certain categories. We think they can't do certain things, or not. Not they can't do certain things, but you just like, I don't see you in that light.
Yeah.
You, my little brother. Not so. You're my younger brother. You're not so little anymore. And it was kind of like, he got a kid? How that happen? How that work? I almost had to go back to health class. Almost. I was like, how that work? Yeah, so that's how I felt, man. It was just like, I don't know. I guess I just never budgeted for it.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? It was like I don't know. It was like when I had told people, you know, hey, I got a kid coming. It was like I don't know. It just felt like people were shocked, but I did have a feeling like people think I wasn't about to be able to do something, or I wasn't about to be able to raise my kid the way I need to raise my kid.
Why do you think? Why do you feel that way?
I don't know. It was just like I'll say like an energy thing, like a what? You finna do what?
Where were you working at the time? If you care to disclose.
Uh, I had just started working at Striker.
Did you? My math. Okay, here we go.
So all right, so
I'm doing my
so
math there.
listen,
Hold on.
when I found out I was having a kid, right?
What year was that?
That was 2016. I was working. I was
2016.
working at Striker. I had just left my other job.
And you was out of school.
I was out of
You was
school.
out of school. Okay.
Yeah, I was out of school, and then uh, I was still working two jobs.
Mhm.
Well, one and a half. Anyway, I was working. And I was making pretty good money. This was like around the time I was making like 1950. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And so it was just, and I was still living at home.
1950 an hour.
Mhm.
That's a little stun, ain't it?
Nah, man.
Just a
Nah.
little bit. It was like that's when I was making 1950 an hour. You got folks fighting over $15 out here. You like, yeah, I was making 1950, man. I was
Shit,
really
man.
struggling at the time. You know, I was really going through it with
Well,
the
no.
1950.
No, well, if we look at it, it was I made that much and then I dropped back down to like 15. Cause
That'll hurt, won't it?
well,
That'll hurt.
I'll say it like this. It was I was making the money and then at that time our contract was over after like a year at UAMS.
I remember that.
But I already was talking to the other lady in the psychiatric department. And so by the time our contract was over, I had already got the job over at the other department. So I had got the job at the other department and I
Mhm.
had my other job.
Mhm.
So yeah, I wasn't working as much at my other job when I was working with Stryker, but once I started the other department, I was able to come in and work my other job. So it's kind of like the money I was making was still coming in.
Right. Right.
So yeah, all that. But I was, you know what I'm saying? I was stacking, saving, trying to get ready for Scholar to come, and it was just like I don't know, man. It was just in my mind. I kept saying this shit ain't real, man. This shit ain't like I really got a kid coming, and,
Fact.
and so I was excited though, man. I was blessed to be able to fly out there and see the birth of my daughter and things of that nature. And then I was just welcomed into fatherhood like that. Uh, it was a little up and down start in the beginning due to the distance and stuff, but
Right.
everything turned out fine. So
To go back to your point, I hate to cut you off, but I think it's responsibility. I think if people don't, I think the shock that you were getting from everybody, and even the shock you might have had, internally, was like, this is a different level of responsibility.
hmm
So, like, think about this. Think about somebody who manages people on the job, right?
right,
You manage people on the job. Just say at the time you're doing it, you don't have kids. You pop up one day and you're like, yeah, me and my spouse are expecting. Well, everybody kind of already associates you with responsibility. Managing people, managing processes, making sure you in place where you need to be at the time you need to be. And people just feel like those things transfer over into. I, they're probably fluid, right? So they transfer into the work life and they also transfer back into the home life.
right.
But if we don't never see you doing nothing responsible,
I was paying bills, the bills that I had.
But we don't sit over your shoulder when you pay bills.
No, cause
We see
when
you
I
out
moved,
here
cause
wilding.
when I moved out, that was a whole.
You that be out here,
Wilding.
you
So
know.
we like wilding, wilding, wilding. Hey, y'all, I got a kid on the way. They like, oh, that baby ain't gonna make it.
But
that baby in trouble.
I'm gonna tell you why I was shocked, but I still had confidence in myself. It was because I wasn't working with babies, but my patience level had got to a whole different point from just working with kids for
Mm-hmm.
so long. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? And so it was like when Skylar was born, I had the mindset of, hey, all them complaints you be having gotta go. If you thinking about complaining about something she's doing, it gotta go. And so that helped me
You better
understand.
man than me.
It helped me.
All day.
I mean, it helped me
You better man
understand.
than
You
me.
know, when it was just crying and I would get frustrated. You know, it was just be
Mm-hmm.
like, hey, she can't talk yet, so you have to be patient and you have to figure out what it is that she needs. And so I think
Better man than me.
I think that whole part about me was just, you know, I told you, man, I always get that like fuck it in myself,
Yeah, you do.
where it's just, all right, fuck it, I gotta do it,
Yeah.
and
That,
then it get, and you
that's
know what I'm
on
saying,
deck.
it gets done. And so I think just coming into fatherhood, it was like, all right, fuck it, you did this, everything that's coming your way, you need to get ready for it.
You brought this on yourself.
Right. And so, I mean, my question to you is, because Shy is what? 2?
Two.
About to be 3.
About to be three.
What do you think changed you prior to Shy being here? What changed about you prior to her coming?
Uh, I can't say anything really changed. Prior to her getting here.
Yeah.
I've seen really my biggest development, my biggest growth, like in the past few months. As crazy as that sounds. So, when you're talking about getting ready for her to be here, man, listen. Right before I drove Sydney to the hospital. I don't know if I ever told you this. I was on the back porch. I ain't gonna say that. Listen, I was stressed out. I was stressed out. I was on the back porch wilding. I called JT on the phone. I said, JT, I don't know, bro. I don't know if I could do it, bro. He said, nah, bro. You gonna be fine. I'm like, you can say that. You can say that. You got 3 of them. You all right. I'm scared.
Mm.
I was
Why
scared.
you didn't call me? Mine was already here.
I was just not in a good headspace because I was just not in a good headspace, man. I didn't know. It was all the uncertainty. It's all the uncertainty. But and like I said, it wasn't some major development before she got here. I saw my change when I guess like I said in the more recent months with COVID and all that other stuff, and thinking about how easy it was for, you know, it was people our age passing. So that
Mm-hmm.
trip he was just talking about where we went to Dallas. On the way back, we're stopping in Texarkana to get
Oh
some
yeah.
of that
Root. It was some golden chick.
golden chick free plug. Send us some, but
At least a 2 piece
at least a 2 piece.
and some okra.
Exactly. And we're sitting in the restaurant eating, and we get the news over the TV. Kobe Bryant's dead. No, not dead. Not officially dead yet.
He was in a
Helicopter
plane
crash. Yeah, helicopter crash. So you got that pops off 2020. Then it's COVID, and
R.I.P. Kobe.
then it's people, people passing, and then we get to August, and who passes?
Love.
Chadwick Boseman.
Yeah, but before that, for me, it was I was a I was a big Pop Smoke fan.
Really?
Yeah.
Never knew that.
And
No
when
disrespect.
Pop Smoke passed in February, I was like, bro, what the fuck?
Mm-hmm.
I was sick. You know what I'm saying? And it was just cause I was like, man, dude, what, 20 years old? You know what I'm saying? And what happened was the dude he was with posted the address of where they were. And some kids came in there and tried to rob him
Mm-hmm.
or
I
robbed
mean,
them.
I kind of know the storyline, but
And,
I feel you though.
and
At
it was
20,
at 20.
20.
Cause just like they was showing when a couple of years ago he had just graduated high school, and it was just like, dang, bro, like,
I did not know you were a Pop Smoke fan.
mm-hmm,
All right.
yeah. So I mean, it was just, oh, I'm sorry, I'm cutting you out. Go
No,
ahead,
you
finish.
good.
Yeah,
You good.
Chadwick Boseman had passed.
And at that point, it was like, now, granted, there are people passing every day. The numbers are through the roof. All that's beating on me. But with these two icons, this is what stuck out to me. Because all of us, we get up every day, we go to work. You know, I'm young, relatively young, depending on who you ask. Young, ambitious,
You
trying to
young
do
in this
something.
room here. You pretty young.
All right. So, getting up every day, just, grinding, trying to put something together, having some ambition, aspiring to be something in life, and realizing that with these two icons I just held up, right?
Mm.
Chadwick, Kobe, you can attain the highest level of whatever, get as much money as you want to get, and guess what? When it's your time, it's your time. None of that saves you.
Right.
So that's the moment where I kind of, stepped back, started reflecting a bit, and I was like, I have a daughter, and no matter, like I said, what I'm trying to attain professionally, the most important titles I'll ever have is probably, well, brother, son, husband, father.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, and that's when I started changing, and that's really been in the more recent months.
Yeah.
And that's when I realized and really valued the title of father. Not that I didn't care before, but it was in light of death, like death being at every turn. I was like, forget everything else is second to this right here.
Yeah.
Everything is second to this right here.
Yeah. I know as soon as, or not as soon, but when Kobe passed and then Pop had passed, it was just more people had started passing, and so that's when I started thinking about life insurance more. And
Exactly.
when I started thinking about life insurance more, it was just, you know, the goal is to, raise my daughter to be the best person that she wants to be.
Mhm.
But in the instance that, I have an early demise from when I really want to, I need to have her, set.
Yeah.
I need
Yeah.
to have her okay. I need to have her mom okay. It was just, making sure you take care of people in light of death. So
Mhm.
I started thinking more so on the aspect of, all right, when my time is over, what can I leave my child?
Right.
And then not only just leaving her something financially, what am I leaving for my own legacy, and what am I leaving for her to be able to start her own legacy
Yeah.
for her life? And so, just all that stuff came into play after, all the deaths in 2020, and now I think not only did that elevate me more as a father, that elevated me more as just a person in general. Just
Mhm.
as we say, providers
Mhm.
of the world. That's what I was looking more so at. So I agree with you, and I understand when you say, like in the recent months, that you've you've noticed more, you changed more, you did more for your daughter.
Mhm.
So now, what do you think about when it comes down to in the later years of her life? Do you think you're ready for, having to teach her? Let me ask you this: what age do you think you would teach her the game?
Um. So this is a crazy. Okay, my opinion. I think I like to get game wholesale.
Hmm.
That I mean, like front loaded, give it all to me.
No bits and pieces.
No bits and pieces. And the reason why I say that is because I'm a big picture person. If I can understand the bottom line reason of why we're doing it, I can either get on board with it or not. But I got what I need to make a conscious decision. You know what I'm saying? If you give me, well, I need you to dig holes. I need 20 holes by the end of the day. Why?
Hmm.
Now, if you tell me we're breaking ground for a new shopping mall, oh, okay.
That's the
Yeah.
whole picture. That's the big
Yeah.
picture.
And see, I take that piece of game and then I say, okay, well, if we're breaking ground on the shopping mall, how can we get invested? You know what I'm saying? How we can turn another dollar somewhere. Now I'm really invested in whatever we're doing because I see the big picture. But if you tell me I need you to dig 20 holes by the end of the day, it doesn't work. Said all that to say, given the daughter's game, uh, I'm definitely gonna give it to him retail pieces, pieces. But and I say that because if you really think about like our life with the coaches, even with the men and the women who helped raise us, it was really focusing on small stuff. And if you mastered small stuff, it would get you where you were going. Something as simple as, do you know the story about the time I skipped football practice? I was with Sydney.
No, no. Tell
10th
me.
grade, my now wife. Uh, it's 10th grade, summertime, and it's time to practice, you know. Instead, I go over to my girlfriend's house, and we're watching You Got Served.
Damn, yo.
Yeah, yeah, watching You Got Served. And just hanging out and stuff, and I don't know, Dad must have asked me how football practice go today. I said, man, I ain't even go. I was just sitting. What? You doing what? Boy, don't you never, goddamn it. He was mad, man. And the deal was, his thing was this. He said these words, and it still stuck with me. He said, you never miss work, because there's always somebody looking to take your job.
Yeah.
Now, how relevant is that today?
How relevant is it?
Hey,
Are you asking personally? How
like,
relevant is it?
I mean, you think about this. You're talking
'Cause
about,
I mean, I tell you, look where we at. What time we? I'll be anyway.
anyway, the way I look at it is like this. I mean, as I kind of move through life, and looking at just things professionally, there are a lot of people out here who are hungry, ambitious, uh, and the day that you don't show up to work, that person that's been waiting on you to mess up, they get slid in your spot.
Yeah.
So he didn't give me the big picture.
But you ended up starting, right? So you was alright. And I mean,
I mean, you know.
that's kind of like the whole. That's kind of like the
I mean,
whole.
you know.
That's gay response.
What?
Jumping off.
Jumping off the bridge.
Like in the end, it worked out in my favor. But anyway, yeah. I mean, I get what you're saying. You know what I'm saying? Handle your business first, and then enjoy your pleasure later.
Yeah, yeah, and that's something that really, I mean, you still can apply it to life today. I tell you what, next week, what's this? Today Friday?
In an hour or so.
Oh man, I'm all off. All right, tell you what, all next week, don't show up. See how that work out for you.
Can I use my PTO?
Just don't show up. I didn't have no PTO. I couldn't call in and say, Coach, I'm gonna take 3 hours today. Nah, just don't show up.
Yeah.
See how that
Somebody
work.
depending on me though, so I get it. You know what I'm saying? Cause somebody, I know somebody that now
It's somebody
that's looking,
depending on you.
That's looking. Well, somebody's that's depending on me, but I know folks are looking to get the job that I have. Like I know personally, they're looking to get that job. You know what I'm saying? If I ended up, leaving, they gonna try to still slide in there, even if we cool or not. You still gonna try to slide in there and work that job.
Yeah, because it ain't being cool ain't got nothing to do with At 6 o'clock, what's on the table? What's
Yeah,
on the table?
yeah.
And what's on your table ain't on my table.
You know what's crazy? To kind of segue off a little bit into another topic, I was talking to mom,
Mm-hmm.
and so she has said that dad did a great job at showing us how to provide and just talking to us about being men, right?
Mm-hmm.
But dad didn't show us I'll say enough. I'm implementing enough
Mm-hmm.
of actually being attentive to your kids or your kid in our sense. Do you think
Do
she
I
was right
agree?
saying that? Yeah, do you agree?
Mm,
Well, let me ask you this: how often do you remember dad going to appointments with us? And it's no, and as I say this, is no knock against my father. No, nowhere, no way at all. But
uh, I definitely remember him taking me to football physicals when they were doing them. I want to say it over there on Canis.
yeah, I
He
remember where, aside from anything sports
sport related.
related,
I
from dentists,
because I was about to throw
doctors,
another sport thing out there. Not much.
library visits.
Not much. But this is what you gotta. This is what you're dealing with. My opinion. No, these are hard facts. You're dealing with a man who first told me you don't miss a day of work because somebody's ready to take your spot. So was he somewhere drinking,
No,
getting high?
no. Well, I don't know about the drinking either, man. You know, he was gone. He might have a little sippage,
No,
a little
no.
sippage.
I'm saying during the book.
Alcoholic.
I'm saying during the book fair. Was he somewhere drinking,
No,
drugging?
nope.
What was he doing?
Working.
Okay.
Did you get money for the book fair?
You had to. If you wanted that book fair money, boy, you gonna have to sell it.
Listen,
Hey,
listen. I tried to get that Batman and Robin book at the book fair. I
did
had
not
to.
happen.
I had no. It happened, but I had to sit on the floor and cry in order to get that book. And that book probably at the house because it had Batman and Robin.
Crying
Now that I
work.
think about it, I gotta look that shit up now.
Crying work.
It worked. I got it. I got the book.
Damn, boy, you good.
I got the book.
You got it figured out, don't you?
But no, I mean, I. Well, you can finish what you was gonna
Well,
say.
all I was gonna say was this: I think you gotta have an agreement. You gotta have an understanding, and you gotta know strengths.
Yeah.
Life of a trucker is difficult. Life of a trucker is hard, but monetarily, it's rewarding.
Mm-hmm.
And we ate well.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, is there a cookie cutter model for a family? Don't think so. It's gonna look the way it looks. I mean, if the husband is a very good mechanic and the wife is a neurosurgeon, guess who the breadwinner is?
The neurosurgeon.
Okay, then. Guess who's probably on call all the time?
Neurosurgeon.
Mm-hmm. So guess who might have to be more attentive to the kids in that scenario?
The daddy.
There it is. So it's no cookie cutter. It's no cookie cutter, model for a family. I think what you got to have in any type of arrangement, family, marriage, those are arguably interchangeable. You got to have an agreement. You got to
Right.
have an understanding.
Mm-hmm.
And if there was a misunderstanding somewhere, then that's a conversation to have. But the deal is the breadwinner is the breadwinner.
Right. And so I don't disagree with that. So, but my thing was
Did I miss it?
us being you and I are there in the mornings. We're there when they're sick. We're there at night.
We don't drive trucks.
We don't drive trucks, but how do we understand and how are we able to develop or gather the idea of okay, yes, I need to be attentive, and not only just being attentive to your child, but the household alone.
Two things, in my opinion. Number one, we don't drive trucks.
I get
What
that
I'm
we
getting
don't
at is
drive
this.
trucks.
What I'm getting at is this. Every night we lay our heads in the same under the same roof.
Right,
That wasn't his situation.
right.
I mean, it's not gonna be the same roof as the truck, but it might be in Dallas. It might be in Atlanta. It might be up in Michigan somewhere. That's where he's at,
Mhm.
getting rest. Every night, you and I go to the same location to go get rest. So we're physically there. Our jobs are not demanding in a way that we can't be physically there.
Right.
That's one thing. Number two, we're just new age.
Yeah.
We've got so I don't just want to say education because education is relative, and we're in an information age. So we are having, if not daily, regular conversations about mental health, about child rearing. We're having conversations, or we're at least seeing people have conversations about what's the most effective way to raise your kids. You see it on the news, you hear it on Power 92. Another plug, send us some. You get what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And was that his reality? Was that his dad's reality? Where there are
No.
conversations about um, where black men are actively engaged, whether they're talking or listening, about the well-being of children, how to rear them, the effects of, you know, I don't know, positive affirmations versus, you know,
So we are at that point in the world where we are there to give those we are there to actually have some nurturing moments to our children, right?
when you say we're at that point, what do you mean? Like,
So like as black men today, in today's society, a lot of black men now are actually at home with their children. So they're out there working, but they're also at home doing nurturing things. They're also at home helping with homework, or they're playing outside with their kids. You know what I'm saying? So we're actually getting more of a balance as women have in the past. Men of today, men of millennials today, are actually stepping in and doing more. Do
why do
you
you
think
think
that?
that is? Yeah, I
I
agree.
think it kind of goes back to education, and when I say education, like you want a certain kind of job now. It's not, and you know what? Even saying that, it's a wide idea of why it is now, but more people are into understanding the mental health aspect, not only of themselves, but the mental health aspect of the children, and there's either if not significant other, the mother as well. So they understand, hey, they understand breaks now,
Hmm.
needing a break. They understand, you know, being more attentive in how, in the past of their own lives or their friends' lives, when their father wasn't there, it made a difference.
So another thing, and I'm agreeing with you. I'm just throwing another point in here.
Just
So
challenging.
if we're no, not to challenge. I'm actually affirming and supporting what you're saying. Um, think about work-life balance.
Why you got Tracy hands?
No, Tracy got some big hands, man. I don't got Tracy hands. These is little. These is Melvin hands. These Melvin hands.
Dude. Alright.
Them Melvin hands. But no, if you think about work-life balance, right?
Yeah.
That ties into mental health.
Mm.
Now that is something that society has put a premium on, and companies are now, when they're looking for talent in the
For the
workforce
company. Yeah.
for the company, that is something that they try to shine a light on. Hey, guess what? Um,
We offer this program to help you If you're
EAP,
struggling, yeah.
you got EAP. People will even highlight, hey, we believe when you go home at 5, you're at home. We want you to take time, be with your family, da 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 da, da, because they realize that's important. And now their jobs are more. Some jobs
Mhm.
are more accommodating in that aspect. What do you have? You have people who are at home.
Yeah.
This is the deal. I when I was in seminary, I worked at a church on the south side.
Well, let's give a little background. You have your
MDiv,
master's degree.
MDiv. Yep.
Is
So
that MDiv is what is it?
Master of
Master's
Divinity.
Divinity?
Yeah.
Without Roxy barking in it.
Yeah.
Huh?
We can't have not one episode without Roxy barking in
Yeah.
And that is okay. That is okay. But one thing that Pastor Langdon would always say, especially when I came down here for the Christmas break and they had a lot of snow and you could leave Little Rock but you couldn't land in Chicago because it was frozen.
Mhm.
And he would say said it in this occasion. He would say it often. Stanley, you can't phone it in. You can't phone it in. You got to be present. You got to be present. So when you're talking work-life balance, and your company is offering that to you, and now you can make a good living staying right here in the city, and you don't have to rip and run the country. You can now you don't have to phone it in with your kids. You can be present. And when you're present, that gives you opportunity for these moments that you're talking about.
Right.
Where just take Venus and Serena. Daddy didn't phone that in. He's
No,
there,
he was there.
present, there. You dig what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And it's a lot more stories like that where just by virtue of being present, certain. If I wasn't here, the conversations that he and I have had, brief, short, whatever, they don't happen because I'm not here.
Right.
So yeah, I mean, I think you are drawing some really good. You're making some really good connections and seeing where we're talking about mental health and how people are now taking time to invest in themselves, and I guess almost by osmosis or accident, then they're involved with the people who are in their household. I
Mhm.
don't know. Just talk. Now I be rambling sometimes
I mean,
too.
I think that's a
Works for
really
me.
big thing too in this day and age because it's like as black men, you want to be able to do multiple things, not just provide. You don't want to just be out here saying, "Hey, I make the money. You supposed to do everything else." No, we actually want to be involved with our kids' life. And I think me personally, that's the best feeling that I've had as being a father
Hmm.
is not only that I have the flexibility to if my daughter needs anything, she has it, but just to wake up and take her to school or to put her to bed at night.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's and it never occurred to me that yeah, my dad didn't get to do that as much, but it's just like I love doing this with her
Oh,
because
good.
it makes her feel happy, and I know me and him have talked, but I think he always talks about you know I told you that dad said I should leave one of my jobs, right?
Hmm.
And it's like I don't think he understands that the things you're thinking about that I need to do with my family, that I do it even with being able to balance these jobs. I'm there
What if that's coming from a place of
of
regret?
regret, and it is. It's coming from regret, and
Hmm.
it's like I have to sit here and I have to explain it to you that, and I have to explain it in a respectful way, because that any type of regular words can be thrown and seen badly at any point because
Misinterpreted.
misinterpreted.
Hmm.
So if I say, "Hey, I'm there at night and I'm there in the morning," that alone, I try to show him makes the difference in what he's thinking that I need to be doing, or
Mhm.
what I supposed to be doing. It's like you looking at the aspect of just being off. I'm able to make money and have quality time with my child
Mhm.
at the same time.
Well,
I'm able to do that, and it's like
and what
it's
if
new to you.
boom? That's what I was gonna say. What if that doesn't compute? That doesn't make sense. Like, just think about the whole. We're talking about a father that's a trucker, right? But we I guess we're still in a pandemic.
No,
Yeah,
we in this mug until they get it figured out,
yeah,
and they ain't got to
we're in a
figure it out.
pandemic. So the idea of me telling him I'm working from home, not to say because he's not dumb, not to say he's dumb and just doesn't get it. It's just when you're a trucker, you have to be to do that job. Guess what you got to be? It's a P word.
What proactive,
Present.
present? Oh.
There's no phone for that. That's no. Yeah, I'm gonna get on my laptop and drive the truck today. No, you got to be there.
Yeah.
So that is not, and that's not disparaging against him that like he's stupid or something like that. But that just doesn't register as quickly.
Mhm.
So wait a minute. You can, you don't have to call in. You don't have to use time off. They gonna pay you for the whole 8 hours you're supposed to be working. Your baby's sitting right there. You walk to the kitchen. You made yourself a sandwich, huh?
It's foreign.
And
It's foreign.
and you did it all in pajamas.
It's foreign. That's like
It's foreign.
I just went to
It's
go.
foreign.
Listen, I just went to go see
Good word.
Dad.
Good language.
I went to go see Dad, and he said, "So what you doing?" I said, "Actually, I'm on the clock right now." He said, "What?" I said, "Yeah,
It's
I'm on the
foreign.
clock right now."
It's foreign.
And it's like, it's tough to actually introduce you to that because you're still in your lane of life, and that's fine because it's not hurting nobody.
Uh-uh.
But it's like, yeah, I
Now you do realize how old are you?
29.
You do realize in 30 years that's you. Your language is just different.
being out of tune with the world,
Yeah, yeah,
with the new with what's current. Yeah,
yeah.
and I get that.
You about 30 years from now, you still gonna be pumping gas, and they
Cause hell,
the
even
car's gonna be floating,
hey, even now,
and he gonna
hey,
be like, I don't know why they
listen,
did that shit.
listen,
You know what I'm saying?
listen. Do you got a TikTok?
No, bye.
Exactly.
No,
we
but-
already out.
But
We already out. I don't have a TikTok. I know people.
I got a great uncle that's got a TikTok fan.
But see, but that's what I'm saying.
you
Like
should not have that. You should
people,
take it away.
People try to be current, and that's okay. But
Take it away.
for the majority, like these new apps, I'm not getting them. So we already moving out.
It's already starting.
Yeah,
It's already. I have an identity.
I'm gonna
This
keep
is-
it.
And it's not, saying what you doing is bad, but it's saying, okay, I figured out what works for me. You know how people say you done got old and set in your ways?
Mm-hmm.
Really, you figured out what works. And
Yeah.
you're not going to deviate from what works. This is what kept me healthy. This is what kept me alive. I ain't rocking with that.
Yeah.
What y'all talking about? You set in your
didn't
ways.
say nothing.
How old are you, man?
Yeah, older than you.
How old are you, man? 37. Yeah, that's it. He like his steak like this. The beer he drinks is the beer he drinks. He might step out of that. He might go this way, might go that way, but he gonna bring it back home.
Hey, that's like celebrating. That's like celebrating Father's Day for me. I said, hey, I know where I want to go. You ain't gotta do no surprises.
You clear about what you want.
Just give me this, give me that. I'm straight. You know, surprises is cool when it's like gifts, but like food, nah. I know what I like.
And that's
Give me what I want.
And that's another reason why it's always it's always shaky when you invest in things that youth gravitate to because their tastes are always changing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? One minute this is hot, the next minute something else, and they always grabbing for the next thing. But when you talking about, okay, where that Coca-Cola at? That Coca-Cola tried and true. Send us some free plug. But that Coca-Cola tried and true, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
It ain't going nowhere.
And they kept the same ingredient
Hey,
for
hey,
for 50 years, 60 years, whatever,
it
and
ain't
it's still
going nowhere.
sold.
It's still gonna
What
sell.
they say? If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Don't touch it.
Don't fix it. Yeah, man. That's pretty good. So, all right.
You
I
guys
asked you.
about this about to be a bomb
I asked
question.
you.
This
I asked you. Listen,
bomb.
listen. I asked you about giving your daughter the game, but how
What part of
much?
the game?
How much of it are you going to explain to her? How much of it? When she says, "Daddy, did you ever do this when you were his age?"
Daddy was horrible, baby.
So, but
I'm
hold on, wait, 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 wait,
sorry.
wait, wait. Will you give her enough information for her to possibly look at you differently, or would you give her enough information to understand that at that time this is how men think and it kind of rolls over?
I might lead with this. Uh, and this comes from Dad. And
You get a
you can
a
only
lot of
glean
game.
you can only glean so many gems from your dad if he's what? P word. Present. Dad said, I've been your age before.
Yeah,
You ain't been my age. You don't know what it's like over here. I've been your
come
age
here.
before.
Reach
And
here.
I guess I'd probably lead with that when I'm talking to her and just tell her,
Either
hey,
or,
I probably tell her, hey, you know, before we were your
just straight.
parents, we was your age. So whatever you,
Just pour the rest of it.
Lord have mercy.
Working from home, goddamn.
Working, that'll do it. Working from home, boy, you get spoiled. You get used to things.
Yeah.
But no, that's how I'd probably lead. I'd say, you know, whatever you're thinking about, hey, I've been 15.
Right.
By the time, yeah, by the time I'm, by the time she's 15, I would have reached 45 plus. And I'd probably say to her, I said, okay, so I've been 15 3 times.
Mm-hmm.
And before we was your parents, we was you.
So let me explain what I did,
Let me-
or let me explain what might happen. Let me explain what to expect from other men
Give her the game in regards to
or
men,
relationships.
relationships. I'd probably go back to some of them old sayings like,
Niggas
why?
like shit.
No, why buy the cow if you can get the milk for free? You know, and you know that might not be a hard. I don't know, and she'll probably see this because the internet lives forever. That might not be a hard abstinence campaign, but it would definitely be, well, I mean, you are a brand, and if you gonna sell your brand for cheap, they gonna buy it cheap.
Mm-hmm.
Do
So,
it.
so have some value.
Listen,
have some value
listen,
to your brand.
Listen, don't even add that sauce on it. Just say, if you gonna sell it for cheap, I mean, you get what you get, and walk out the room. Get in the car and drive off. Let her sit with it.
That's master level parenting.
You see what I'm saying?
That's a full.
Ah!
That's like a full guilt trip right there.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Drop it and just walk out. Cause the deal is, I think she probably want to feel like she made her own decision. So you know, I'm gonna leave you here to make it.
Yeah. So what? I mean, what if she's coming to you like, "Hey, Dad, I like this guy at school, and I don't know what to do."
Well,
How-
don't do nothing.
Let him do it. Is that what you're saying?
I don't like that as sound. I don't like how that sound. But you said,
So
so
basically,
if you
that
said
is
I
saying,
don't know what to do,
what
I'd be like,
advice
well,
is he giving about boys? Like
Yeah.
for her dealing with boys.
Yeah.
Because at some point she's gonna deal with whoever.
I say if you kiss a boy, you'll blow up. Boom.
You can't lie to her.
That's like being like James
Is it
Avery.
really a lie?
James Avery say all men are dogs. Bye bye.
Hey,
I mean, but it's like I'm gonna tell you. I had saw a post on social media. I can't remember where I saw it, but they said, "Why don't we try to teach our children about because we've had a podcast discussion on teaching or trying to maybe it is teaching someone how to date or how to be with somebody, but it's like will you actually teach them how to date, how to be respectful in relationships? Will you teach them what emotional turmoil could possibly be while dating, like heartbreaks?
you know how I was talking about digging those holes?
Yeah.
So we'd probably cut straight to the chase. What are you trying to do? Give me the big picture. What you trying to do? Do you want to marry him? You want to marry him?
So
Okay.
say she's 18
Uh-huh.
and says, "I want to marry this guy."
All right.
What would you say? Or how would your feelings be? Possible feelings be?
Let's do it right.
Let's do it. What?
Let's do it right.
What's doing it right?
I don't know. But that'd be the first thing I say. Let's do it right. And see, that's going to buy me some time. And see, that's going to buy me some time. But no, I mean, seriously, if we are being blatantly honest, brutally honest, what are your intentions? If you think he's handsome and you want to screw him, say that. You can tell daddy that. You can
So,
tell daddy
so you
that.
ain't gonna be one of them dads that be like, "Oh Lord,"
Huh?
and pass out.
Cause you sleep too long, she be gone. You sleep too long, she be gone. You got to stay on your toes. You got to be awake, son.
No,
You
you
got
right.
to be awake, son. But no, I mean, just shoot straight. I mean, what are your intentions? Because when you tell me what your intentions are, then I can give the most beneficial feedback. If you say I just want to screw him, I say, well, I don't know what I'd say. I on the inside, on the on the inside, I don't know. I might do that little fainting thing, but at least I know what I'm working with. But if you tell me I really like him, well, what do you like about him? Well, he's very smart, and he dresses nice, and I said that's nice, that's nice. Well, if he dresses nice and he's smart, I like him too. How about that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And if she leaves it at I like him, okay, we can like him together.
Yeah.
You are likable, sir. Congratulations. You are liked. Yeah.
I think for me, if I come into the situation and my daughter is saying, "Hey, I like this guy," I'm one of the people who's gonna I'm gonna challenge why you feel the way that you feel, right?
Do you
So
like people that dress nice?
I mean, shit, even if you dress up okay, it don't matter to me. So,
Lies.
huh?
The lies
If
you tell.
Tell it
if
all.
a guy dress okay,
The
I
lies
I don't
you
I don't
tell.
I don't have no issue with that. I dress the way that I dress because I feel the way that I feel.
I know that, but I've had conversations with you.
I'm
We've had
I'm
conversations.
tipsy. I can't remember what happened.
Don't worry about it. Don't even worry about it.
Anyway, so what I'm looking at is, all right, if Skylar is interested in this boy, right, young man, I'm gonna ask you, what is it that you see in him? What is it that you envision with him? What is it that you hope to happen? I guess that's the same as the envision, but what is he pursuing with you? You know what I'm saying? And then in the same instance, I'm going to tell you about heartbreak. I'm going to tell you about, listen, if the shit goes south, this is probably how you going to feel. this is probably what's gonna happen, and this is probably gonna be the result of what's gonna happen.
That's parenting. But this is the deal. You're parenting from
Experience?
no.
That's experience like a
You're
motherfucker.
parenting. You're parenting, and this is why I say it's good parenting. You're almost trying to prepare her for it to go south. And hold on. What if that very first time, well, not even very first time, what if this particular guy that she's talking about is the one? I'm talking about solid brother.
So what if
I'm talking about it is, and not always sunshine and rainbows, but it is a one. He is a wonderful addition to her life, and he makes your daughter better.
so
But you have already, to some degree, poisoned the well, saying, "Well, okay, well, if it go like this, this is how you gonna feel, and see, you gonna cry a lot, and then you gonna eat a lot of
is
ice
that
cream, right?
is
Okay,
that
then
is
you're gonna watch these chick
is
flicks,
is
right,
that is
to
that
make
poison?
yourself feel better. Okay, now, do you really want chick flicks for your life?
Is
That's
that
what you got to
but
ask
but
yourself.
is that poison, or is that understanding possibility? Because I'll say this. Let's say our daughters grow this idea of a fairy tale. And I say fairy tale because uh some people develop this idea from movies and stuff. But they get this fairy tale that you meet a man. I say this: you date a man, and then you start to think, all right, is my time wasted if it doesn't work out, or was he just not the one? So
Y'all,
you so you
y'all,
have to so you have to explain to them that maybe sometimes that person wasn't the one, but what did you gain from that
y'all,
situation?
I'm about to drop something on y'all. Just hit me. Y'all ready? They not gonna grow up with a fantasy idea.
Why?
Disney don't even sell them no more. You've got sheroes in these movies. You don't have a damsel in distress sitting up in a tower waiting on somebody to slay a dragon and climb up there to get her. She doing it herself.
Well,
Pause. I'm
wait.
still. Let me dig.
Okay.
Let me dig.
All right.
Number two, with the pop culture music, it is not, baby, I love you. I want to make you my wife and bring it back.
So, so
And
then,
so
hold on.
so the fantasy is already ripped away. They out here fucking on the scamming ass rich. You know what I'm saying? It's different.
Okay. So,
There is no fantasy anymore.
but if there's no fantasy, then there's no idea of happiness. And if you get into an idea of happiness, then you start to not. The foreign part would be heartbreak. You will say, this is what it is. And if you guys say, hey, I developed XYZ, let's be together. And then it'd be like, all right, we're not together no more.
Look,
How am I dealing with that part?
another plug between Power 92 and 96.5.
96.5 don't exist. Do it?
Yes, it's back.
It went from
what?
I don't listen to the radio. I have title.
Is it
Another plug.
1950 an hour?
With your tracing hands.
These are Melvin hands. These are Melvin hands. But what I'm saying is, there is no fantasy anymore. You don't have to worry about a young lady getting caught in fantasy because the women in pop culture are telling you men ain't nothing. This is a Me Too movement, man.
Even
Men-
okay, but what I'm saying is, even in pop culture, and there's no fantasy, there's still an idea because marriage still lives on. The idea of marriage and happiness lives on.
Even marriage is
So, to
unconventional
challenge
now.
Your thought process. Y'all both got daughters.
Right.
Y'all enjoying this?
And
This alright? Okay.
y'all both got daughters. And we're saying that you want to give them the game. But just to challenge your thought process. Stan is saying that they relationships and saying, okay, this is relationship goals. But they literally have a relationship right in front of their eyes because their fathers are
present. Oh,
so they're not going to necessarily lead that game that you're saying you're trying to give her up front because they're going to be looking for individuals that pattern themselves similar to what you do.
Hey,
and that's fine. But at the same time, you still establish your own idea of what you want. In my mind, the way I feel is, you still, do you have the idea of what dad wanted for your life? Or mama wanted for your life?
What you mean by that? I don't even understand the question.
So, mama, dad probably had an idea of what you needed to be in your life. Mm-hmm. Or did you do what they expected of you?
I think I checked a lot of boxes.
You checked boxes, but did you do what they wanted? The end result.
But I'm not saying that they're doing what you want.
I don't think you can ask that question that way.
As an example, what I'm basically saying, you know how people used to say women marry their fathers?
Right.
Because they're usually seeing their fathers, loving their mothers, treating their mothers a certain way. So it's not necessarily saying that the parents are putting that ideal on them. It's simply saying, hey, I see how good my mama got it. I want it that same way. So I'm going to get someone that loves me the way that my dad loves my mother.
Would you want your daughter to marry you?
Hold on. To answer your question, what happened? What you say? No, I heard him. What did you say?
Hell no.
Yeah, hell no. Hell no.
So, wait a minute.
So, but what I'm saying,
you gonna give a young man a hard time as daddy, and you ain't right.
Me personally?
No, I can give a young man a hard time when I am right. When I have lived that life. When I have did the things that I wasn't supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? So I can give that young man the understanding that, hey, I did these things and these things weren't right. I don't need my daughter to deal with this heartbreak. But if my daughter deals with this heartbreak, she's going to understand, in my opinion, how to get over this shit. So what I'm saying is, yes, you know how they used to say, you know, how to date your somebody like your father and stuff like that, and you don't know the ins and outs of your father. You might understand that. Hey, I say it like this: back in the day.
Oh, what you about to do?
No, listen.
Oh, okay.
Back in the day, back in the day, ideally, their fathers they did everything that they needed to do as men, right? Ideally. But then there was underlying things where it was like, hey, you got a family over here, or you know what I'm saying? You only contributed in one way in the house, and mom never got a break. So there were parts in that you didn't see because you were a child. You didn't understand that part.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, it's like, all right, hey, I'm going to tell you about these parts where it probably didn't happen with me and your mom or me and whoever, but it happened in the past, and this is what to not expect, but this is what to look out for. So that part is the underlying issues that happen within that relationship has to be talked about, has to be discussed.
I'm gonna tell you something that just hit me. Part of this work we're talking about giving them game would be for us to make, and this might sound weird, but just let it sink in, make our daughters women we would want to marry. Mold your daughter into a woman you would want to marry. And when you do that, because you can't control the external, you can't even control your daughter, But
no, you can't.
But what you can do is you can influence her in such a way that she becomes a woman. I heard David Banner say it this way. He was talking about his father. He said his father, the guy who raised him as his father, told him, "Nah, we ain't no friends. We ain't no friends.
I'm your father.
I'm your father." And he said when he got older and had gotten successful, his father then would sit down and drink with him. And so he said, "Man, why you ain't never drink with me and kick with me?" He said, "Because I couldn't be your friend because I was trying to make you into a man that I'd want to be friends with."
Right.
You dig what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So what if instead of trying to give your daughter the game about everything that's external, what if we focused on making them so excellent that they would be the type of women that would make men around them shape up?
And that's
what like, man, I ain't gonna go over that house.
But listen, that's where the reassurance in being yourself, you're not being what I want you to be. You're being yourself, but I'm giving you an understanding of the way life had worked as a man from my understanding. So you give them the reassurance that, hey, yes, I understand that men do X, Y, Z. This is from my upbringing, or this is from my experience. This is from my understanding. You're gonna go through your own experiences. So you're going to be that person that, you know, men might want to be friends with, men might want to really invest with. But I'm going to make sure that you have your self-identity.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be the complete influence of how you view men, but you will have some type of understanding of a thought process of men.
You know how I was talking about not missing work?
Yeah.
I think that's really a fundamental just in life. And when we're talking about creating a good sense of self-awareness in daughters, I think it's fundamentals. I think this is how you should dress. And you don't have to go into details. You don't have to say, well, if you put that on, you're asking somebody to look at you, you're going to get hit on. Da, da, da. You say, no, this is appropriate attire for a young lady. Done. We're done. You leave it there. This is the standard. You deviate from the standard, you know you are out of bounds.
So let me ask you this: if you're deviating from the standard, is it okay for the reactions of everyone else?
No.
So but then you have to talk about that.
But yeah, you do have to get to that point. But I think when I'm talking fundamentals, base level, this is standard. Being on time for work,
let me ask you this.
Is the standard.
Let me ask you this.
You be on time.
Let me ask you this. Aside from the fundamentals, you have to go that extra mile up or over.
You play basketball.
Right.
How much of your game is rooted in fundamentals?
A high percentage.
A high percentage. Because guess what? Watch this. Can you dunk a 10-foot today?
No.
Can you do 360 on a 10-foot?
Today?
Yeah.
No.
Can you pull up consistently from 30 feet and drain it?
No.
Consistently?
No.
Can you make a layup?
Yes.
Fundamental.
Right.
And fundamentals will win you a game, won't they? Tim Duncan?
But if your investment is into basketball and you're only at the fundamental level, you're going to try to hit that next level, right? My investment is into my daughter. So I'm going to try to hit that next level.
But big dog, if you don't master the fundamentals.
But that's the thing. The fundamentals are already mastered. It's being comfortable hitting that next level. It's being comfortable.
What does the next level look like? Because I think I'm missing you.
So I think the next level could be, all right, the next level could be if my daughter wants sex on the first date.
Yeah, that's some next level.
That's some next level shit. That's next level. You talk about the emotional part. You talk about what guys would do physically, but you don't ever talk about what your daughter wants physically.
We went from junior varsity to the pros.
So when your daughter wants something physically, how do you respond? When she says, "Dad, hey, what do men think about me after sex on the first day?"
Okay.
But do you tell them about a viewpoint of that other person after the first date?
I think you
have to.
I think you run.
If it was consensual between two adults, we finna smash.
Yeah, if it's consensual.
I think you need to run it. I think you need to run it all the way down. And this is not me trying to be PC. This is not me trying to adapt to the
ass nigga.
I am in many ways. Yes. It's like I said, I got aspirations. But anyway, I think you gotta run it down, run the game down on both sides. You gotta say, hey, this is how they gonna look. First of all, you tell son or daughter, hey, it's gonna get out because people talk. So, mama asked you this: do you want it? Do you want people to know? Are you cool with people knowing?
Mm-hmm.
And each individual, son or daughter, gotta answer that for themselves. And you can get, and I guess this is where you're talking about the next level of the game. I guess you can get into double standards and all that other type of stuff. But if daughter's like, nah, I don't want nobody to know, well, they gonna know. And if you tell son, if son's like, okay, if they know, I'm like, well, okay, as long as you cool with it, because they gonna know. But yeah,
I may tell somebody, you gotta be upfront with them.
Yeah, I think.
He may not do it, but at least I told you to be upfront with him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I may tell my homeboys or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Because I talk about
But ain't nobody gonna do that.
Man, he gonna just say it.
Yeah. But I think son or daughter, you need to, and I do see what you're saying now about next level when things get more complex in life. If they trying to go there on the first night, you like, okay, this will come with it. I think that's fair in anything, and that's another fundamental of life. Just kind of giving somebody. It's like when you make a purchase on something, they give you all that fine print. They told you what was happening. When you signed up for Google, they told you what they was getting ready to do with your information. They told you. They said, please read terms and conditions. They probably didn't even say please. They said read terms and conditions. And you just said, I'm going on. I got to do what I got to do. Okay. But we're going to lay it out for you.
Right.
So, yeah. I think that's what it's got to be. Boy or girl. We got girls.
Right.
Lay it out.
Lay out terms and conditions.
Terms and conditions. You can get pregnant. You can get a baby. Oh, ain't that the same thing?
That's the same.
Yeah. You can.
Well, not really.
Boom. Yeah.
You know.
And you run it down on the same side. Hey, you can get something you can't get rid of. You can get something that's hard to get rid of.
Or you get a baby.
Get a baby.
You wasn't there because you was at work when Mama had said,
I heard.
She said, listen, if she get pregnant, could it be yours? I said, possibly, Mom. She said,
no, she really did that.
I was sitting on the couch in the living room, and she was at the table in the kitchen.
And that's the funny thing about having this conversation with him on camera, recorded, because it's like, I know the dirt.
Because it was like a face to face. Not only eye opener, but a possibility of what if with my mom.
Fall back? Did
she
really do the whole?
She was in the chair. She said, "If this girl get pregnant, could it possibly be yours?" And I said, because I had on my J Fair practice jersey, and I'm sitting on the couch. I said, "Yeah, Mama." She said,
Cause you ain't had no job. You ain't got no car.
I didn't have no job.
You ain't got no money.
It was 10th grade. I'm gonna tell you some 100 shit though. When I was dating my ex in high school, and I thought she might have been pregnant,
You were wilding like that in high school?
Nigga, that ain't the point. I'm trying to get to the point.
See, so now you're starting to see the clear divide between me and this man. See, there's certain risk. I was too scared. I was too scared to screw up. There was certain risk I just didn't take. He took it all the way. Different boundaries. I said, the family counting on me. I got to try to do something. He didn't care. He said, fuck the family. He just went for it.
No. So what it was
High school.
Listen.
I didn't even know.
I was listen. It was 10th grade. I was in Miss Choke class, English teacher. I was looking up jobs. I was like, you know what? Even if she is, I'm ready. I love you. I'm ready. It's whatever. I'm gonna take care of this kid. I'm gonna still go to college. I'm gonna be that man for that kid. So it was like stepping up ain't been an issue for me. But I'm not drunk.
He said, I'ma be
as I take another sip.
That I'm sure somebody's speaking. Cause you didn't see yourself. You said, I'ma be that man for that kid. I was like, he grooving. What is going on?
No, but I mean, this is a situation that happened though. So it was like when mom had asked me about old girl, it was like, you know, yeah, it's a possibility, but I doubt it would happen. So that was when she understood. That's when she found out her youngest son was having sex, and she lost.
I'm home that summer from college, right?
Yeah,
and
you
I
was
was
at work.
Working at Baptist.
You was at work.
And another plug, send us something.
They ain't sending this.
What was I getting ready to say, bro?
You was talking about you was at work.
Oh. And this, I'm hearing the story secondhand. I'm not there in the moment. Is this when the lady came to the house?
Yeah.
The lady come to the house. Your daughter your son been having sex with my daughter. My mom said, my son is at work. I ain't talking about the older one. Mama, and she said, Don, my heart hit my stomach. I was like, Stephen? You wildin'. Whole devil in the house.
Mind you, my name is Stefan.
Stephen.
But
It's
anyway.
Stephen when emotions run out. Stephen. Just run it together. Yeah.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
that's when Dad jacked me up because I had on the I remember the clothes I had on. He said, "What?" And I was like, "Bro, keep it real, bro. You not really messed up about this shit. As long as I ain't got no kids, you not messed up about this shit." Because when we was riding, he
Put a lid on it. Put a lid on it.
man, no.
The internet lives forever. Just remember that. The internet lives forever.
Man, the internet lives forever.
You gonna be 62 and somebody gonna dig this up on you.
I'm 62. I don't give a fuck. I'm 62. If you want to be pissed off at me, fuck you.
Let me tell you. His daughter gonna be 13 and it's gonna come back up because the internet lives forever.
If my daughter 13, this goes back to us telling the game. If this is what you're going to do, expect for a possibility for this to happen. And if it don't happen, fine.